Hey there, and welcome. Today we are jumping headfirst into the world of non-invasive body contouring. And look, if you've ever typed that into a search bar, you know it is a wild world of different technologies. We're talking freezing fat, melting fat, lasers, sound waves. It can get really confusing fast, so we're going to clear all that up today.
So, what's really going on with these treatments? How do they actually work? Are they getting rid of fat cells for good? Are they just making them smaller for a while? Or is it something else entirely, like maybe building muscle? That is the big question, and that's exactly what we're here to answer. Let's get into it.
All right, here's the game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics of what body contouring even is. Then we'll look at the methods that actually destroy fat cells versus the ones that just shrink them. After that, we'll go beyond fat and talk about skin and muscle. We'll do a quick look at some other treatments and then pull it all together so you can see how they all stack up.
Okay, first things first. When we talk about body contouring, what does that really mean? Well, when it comes to reducing fat, pretty much every single method out there falls into one of two big buckets. And once you get this, everything else makes a lot more sense.
This right here is the most important thing to understand. On one side, you've got treatments that completely destroy the fat cell. We're talking it's gone, for good. Your body just cleans it up and it's out. On the other side, you have methods that just poke holes in the cell and let the fat leak out. The cell gets smaller, but it's still there, which means, yep, it could fill back up again down the road. This difference is absolutely key.
So let's dive into that first category, shall we? These are the technologies designed to permanently kick those fat cells out of your body.
First up, we have cryolipolysis, but you've probably heard of it as fat freezing. The science here is actually pretty cool, no pun intended. It turns out fat cells freeze and die at a warmer temperature than your skin or muscle cells, so this procedure uses very controlled cooling to target and kill only the fat cells, leaving everything else around them totally fine.
Now, you should know that not all fat freezing is created equal. There are a couple of different approaches out there. Method A might get you up to a 26% fat reduction, and you'll see those results over a few months. Method B is a bit more intense, but it can get you up to a 38% reduction, and you might even see some results right away, with things continuing to improve for half a year.
All right, let's talk about another way to destroy fat cells, ultrasound cavitation. The best way to think about this is like an opera singer shattering a wine glass with their voice. This technology uses a specific low-frequency sound wave that creates a vibration, and that vibration is perfectly tuned to shake fat cells until their outer walls just break apart. It's totally harmless to your other tissues.
So here's how that all plays out. The sound waves turn the fat in the cells into liquid. Then your body's own amazing cleanup crew, the lymphatic system, comes in, filters it out, and gets rid of it. One kind of funny side effect is the area can feel a little soft or almost fluffy right after a treatment. You're usually looking at about 6 to 8 sessions for a full course.
Okay, time to shift gears and look at that second big category. Remember, these treatments are not about killing the fat cell. Nope. The goal here is to just empty it out and make the cell a whole lot smaller.
And that brings us to laser lipo. This uses a very specific type of laser light to create these tiny, temporary little pores in the fat cells. That lets all the fatty stuff inside leak out, and then your body can just use it for energy. So the big takeaway is that the fat cell is still there, it's just been seriously downsized.
One of the really interesting things about laser lipo is how quickly you can see results. You might notice some changes in just a few days, with the bigger effects showing up over a few weeks. But what's really wild is that your body can keep processing that released fat, and you can continue to see improvements for up to a full year. People usually do about 6 to 12 sessions.
You know, real body contouring isn't always just about getting rid of fat. A truly sculpted look often means you also need tighter skin and, some actual muscle underneath. So let's check out the technologies that focus on that.
So first, we've got radio frequency, or RF. This technique sends energy deep into your skin to gently warm it up. Now that heat can help with fat a little bit, but that's not its real job. Its superpower is waking up your body's collagen production. And collagen is that protein that makes your skin feel firm and tight. So this whole process leads to smoother, tighter skin. And you can often see that tightening effect after just one session.
And now for something totally different. The AB Builder. This isn't about skin, and it's not really just about fat. This is designed to build muscle. It uses a special kind of electromagnetic energy to make your muscles contract way more powerfully than you could ever do on your own at the gym. We're talking about building real muscle to get that chiseled, defined look.
Okay, I want you to prepare yourself for this number because it is just staggering. In one 30-minute ab builder session, your muscles are forced to contract 36,000 times. Let me put that in perspective for you. That is like doing 36,000 crunches or 36,000 squats in half an hour. It's an absolutely insane workout for your muscles, and you don't even break a sweat.
And this is what makes it completely unique compared to everything else we've talked about. Because you're actually building new muscle, and muscle burns calories just by existing, this is the only method that can lead to actual scale-moving weight loss, not just losing inches in one spot. You're building muscle and losing fat at the same time.
Whew, okay, we have covered the major players. So now let's do a little lightning round and go over some of the other treatments out there, including a few that mix and match the technologies we've already seen.
First, we have some combo devices. The B tool actually uses laser, ultrasound, and radio frequency all together, though you might get some bruising. Ultra-high IF is another one that pairs RF and ultrasound, so you're getting fat reduction and skin tightening at the same time. Then you have really specific things, like a photofacial for skin issues like fine lines or dark spots, or even an ice facelift designed just for the face and under the chin.
And it's not all about machines. There are also some supplementary injections you can get. Lipotropic shots, for example, help your body deal with fat around your stomach and liver. And then you have others, like vitamin D or B12 shots, which are really more about supporting your overall health, energy, and metabolism.
I know, that was a ton of information. So how in the world do you make sense of all of it? Let's put everything together in one final chart that compares the main treatments side by side. This is your cheat sheet.
See, this makes it so much clearer. If your main goal is to destroy fat cells for good, you're looking at cryolipolysis, which takes a few months, or ultrasound, which can give you immediate results. If you're cool with just shrinking the cells, laser lipo works in days to weeks. If it's all about tightening up loose skin, radiofrequency can give you an immediate boost. And if building muscle is your #1 priority, well, the A Builder is your guy, with results in a few weeks.
So, at the end of the day, there really is no single best method. It all comes down to what your specific goal is. Are you trying to permanently remove fat, tighten your skin, or define your muscles? Now that you actually know the science behind how all this stuff works, the real question isn't just what's out there, but what's right for me. Thanks so much for tuning in.